Dokkan hot takes, because I am out of ideas. But also, let me know what you guys have as a hot take down in the comments below, and I'll try to respond to it as soon as I can. But let's go ahead and start with the first hot takes. What? I don't know what the hell that was. But anyways, I would rather have a unit have an exchange and be two characters together. Depending on the characters, being a joined forces unit would kill the amount of teams that they would be usable on. At least with exchanges, you have set teams. I think there is bad and good sides of both of them. Exchanges more often than not do definitely have like the better chance of having better categories for sure. I like when I think of bad and good things, the easiest one to look at is just GT units. If we look at GT Spirit Bomb, we can see that this character was shafted in terms of categories, right? No Giant Ape power because Goku is base form. No power beyond Super Saiyan because Goku is base form. No Super Saiyan because of the fact that only Vegeta is the one who is Super Saiyan once he does go ahead and transform, right? Which more, depending on the unit, of course, they usually just give Super Saiyan if the character is transformed into Super Saiyan, but I guess it's more so fusions, right? But either way, a lot of the categories are missing from this unit just because of the fact that Goku is base form. But then if we go ahead and look at something like the fusions of the 7th year anniversary, it's the exact thing that it should be, right? The only thing that they're missing out on is, of course, Goku's family, Vegeta's family, Turtle School, all of the categories that would just be put on one portion of the unit. But then they also gain fusions and all that stuff, so I could definitely understand the that side of like the duo units definitely having it where they could get stuff removed, right? But then we can look at the good side of like SCR Goku and Gohan. Sure, this character does miss out on a lot of the Hybrid Saiyans stuff, or just Hybrid Saiyans in general for the categories. But then because of that, we got basically all Goku categories, which helped out this character a lot. Super Saiyans, Goku's family, Pure Saiyans, Android Cell Saga, Kamehameha. Specifically just for the Goku side, we have Turtle School, we have Goku's family, we have Pure Saiyans. You know, being able to run a Gohan on Pure Saiyans is pretty cool, you know. But that being said, obviously they missed out on the Gohan portion. And if we want to go to one of the worst offenders, I would say that this character is probably one of the worst ones. This is a unit who you kind of want to run the Piccolo portion the most. The second that you're able to swap into Piccolo, that's it. You just stay in Piccolo. You just transform as soon as you can. Is the point I'm trying to make. There is no reason at all that you should ever be using just the Gohan portion. The second you transform, or the second you can transform, you just do it. But because of that, this character is wanting to be ran on a lot of the Namekian links, right? We have the Namekians, Brainiacs, Gaze of Respect, Demonic Ways. A lot of this stuff that can be run with Piccolos, or just like Nails and stuff too, right? Or as you could just see here, just Piccolos in general. But because of that, there was this character dropped, right? And Piccolo wasn't even able to be ran with the unit that EZA'd because of him, which was Nail for like like a couple of weeks, I believe it was, where this was just gone. So it was just you had to be using a Namekian's category ally on the team, so this character just didn't get damage reduction because of it, despite pre-EZA it having it where it was it tied to the, yeah, they did this for whatever reason, right? Pre-EZA they had it where it was just the less HP remaining and you just got damage reduction. Then they made it where you specifically had to run it with a Namekians or Piccolo ally on the team. But because again, this character doesn't have Namekians as a category, you just couldn't get this portion. Now, that being said, even the worst offender, which again is this Gohan and Piccolo, you were still able to run them on demonic power anyway, so you could just run a lot of the Piccolos regardless. And Namekians is a really terrible team, right? So it doesn't really matter in the long run. But still, like I said, that you could still make arguments for both sides still being pretty bad, and that's just kind of just how it is, right? Next we have people lately seem to be ranting about the 10th year anniversary far as content and unit quality and such in relation to the Dokkan 2025 being bad combo, really I think it was and is very good still. It's not perfect, but 10th year anniversary isn't the reason this year's rough. It's the rest of it. I agree completely. I think a lot of people just don't understand how much stuff we were given this anniversary, and it kind of is crazy, right? Like if we just scroll down, this is just all the content that was given throughout the entire anniversary. When we're just looking at it from part 1 to part 3, all of that was given. And then if we look at even part EX, which was still pretty good as well, with more Daima, more content, more things to just give us extra help, right? We had obviously it was probably one of the most controversial events of all time, but it even rewards wise, it would still give us a lot of stuff. We had it where we had more Ultimate Red Zone stages, more Battle Hard and Formidable Foes stages to give us more content. Like a lot of stuff was given during the anniversary, right? So I don't really get the 2025 or the 10th year anniversary being bad argument. Like I can understand, especially now that like Tech Vegito is just far and away better, so it kind of makes it where you kind of compare the units that dropped to, next to him, and it's just a clear wipe that Vegito is just better. But like when you look at like just everything, Redstone's giving it where you can get LRs, the 5th year anniversary LRs, who are probably going to get a super easy A in, is it 4 years? I guess, yeah, it's 4 years. It depends on if they want to speed up the cycle. But either way, just getting free LRs is really, really nice for sure. On top of the fact that we got super easy A's literally inside of the image as well that were given for free too. Something that doesn't really happen. Then the easy A's, the super easy A's, I feel like a lot of people I feel like they were overcritical of these units. Super Gogeta is a character I still frequently use on a lot of my teams. Janemba maybe not as much. Ain's Buhan is just so good, right? Especially when he released with Cell too, just buffing the extreme side of things a lot more. AGL Vegito is probably the only character on this list that I would be like, oh, that was a major fumble from this character for sure. The Dragon Ores being added to the global version to give us more stones. The purple stones, if you are a whale, giving a beast to Gohan for free, right? Having it where it's just like all this content, man. Again, Super Saiyan Goku and Namek Frieza, I definitely can understand the argument of like maybe they weren't as powerful as you wanted them to be, and that's completely fine. I was probably a little bit underwhelmed with them as well, but I still frequently use both of them too. And Super Saiyan 2 Gohan being okay in my opinion, while Cell being really, really, really good, right? And then just them giving a free LR for part 3, right? Like that the Purunga stuff was crazy. I think it does kind of give me a what's the word? Oh yeah, and these easy A's as well. Tech Vegeta, and Tech Gods, and Super Saiyan 4s all being top 5 units in the game is insane. 3 out of 5 of the top 5 units being easy A's is crazy. You know? What was I saying about the? Oh yeah, the Purunga stuff. It kind of makes it where it does leave a good impression on me at least, because that's literally never been done before, and it's crazy to even think about that we were able to get a free character from any of the parts for free. You know, like I just think that it's insane that that was even done to begin with. So I don't understand, like I can understand if people don't think that 10th year anniversary was maybe as good as what they wanted. I think that there is still a lot of problems that I particularly have, mainly the leader skill update. I despise it with like each part of my heart because of the fact that I have to continue saying the same thing about not summoning on any character now until we have the new leader skill update, and it's specifically the reason why I hated it when it happened during the 7th year anniversary as well. But oh yeah, and it's the fact that the easy A's for the LRs are they didn't really buff the leader skill at all. It was just an extra key. Like to not even make those units have it where they're like 220% is insanely stupid. Um, but I don't think that. I think it's probably in the top 3 anniversaries of all time for me, at least personally, right? But I don't think it's bad in any way, right? I'd trade Dokkan for Project Multi. Now, yes, I think that Dokkan is a game that I can consistently play at least 4 to 5 months. We'll just say during the anniversaries and stuff, right? Like worldwide celebration, anniversary. We have Golden Week, New Year's. These are all celebrations that I could consistently play Dokkan, and I will not get bored during it. But any time outside of those months, when we're like right now in the slow portions, I've just been logging into Dokkan, getting my dailies, and then immediately logging out. I'll just be honest with you guys, and I'm a guy who mainly uploads Dokkan content, you know. So I would gladly take Project Multi over Dokkan any day of the week, any day. Save us, Project Multi, save us. So yeah, that's just me though. Dokkan hot take is that I don't even have a hot take. It's just that it's gonna be straight up wrong. PyCon is serious, yes. PyCon is super serious and super real Z's. Finally, a hot takes video I can get in. Wait a minute, I stopped playing the game. See, this is exactly the reason why I'm talking about. Dokkan is just dead right now, and let me think of a hot. I'm gonna pause real quick. Let me think of a hot take real quick before we go ahead and close out. Yeah, we're bringing him back. Stop giving the movie bosses non-rainbow orb changing. I swear to God, I will strangle each and every single one of the movie bosses that drop from now on if they don't have rainbow orb changing. Please, for the love of God, we have had these units for how long? How often do I have to complain about this? It's every single video that it pops up into my head that these losers don't have any orb changing at all. Why did they drop this guy and then he has it only when it's 60% or less that he gets any orb changing at all, and then only when it's 39% or less do you get physical orb changing, all the physical? Oh yeah, man, that's gonna help a lot. Oh yeah, dude, let's. I sure love movie bosses with Tech Janemba and his 0 orb changing, man. It's awesome. Where even is he? There he is. I do love that the fact that they made it where he needs a rainbow key sphere, and look at that, dude. Look at all the rainbow orb changers on this team, man. How is it that the last thing that we've gotten rainbow orb changes for this entire team was these stupid metal cooler EZAs, and they had it where, oh, you want a rainbow orb change? Sorry, buddy, you gotta be the first attacker in the turn. Who thought of this? Why is this a part of the passive? And there's like no orb changers on top of that. There's no one. Where is it? There's no orb changers. I don't think this guy orb changes. I'm almost positive he doesn't. Yup, I knew it. He doesn't. So where do they want us to get the rainbow keyspheres from? For it to just generate out of thin air? There's no one. Every movie boss that comes out has to disappoint me. And the fact that there's no orb changers. And I want to run these units. I want to run Broly Trio. I want to run Tech Janemba. But every time I have to hop into the event and start recording. And then guess what? I get the worst orb changing known to man. And then I have to complain. Even though as soon as I stop recording, that's when I can get the 7 keysters. That's when I can get the rainbow orbs. That's when I can get all the stuff I need. I fucking hate movie bosses. That's my hot take. Fuck movie bosses. I hope it explodes. Anyways, that's all the time we're going to spend on this one. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.